Dear friends, welcome back. In this video, I'd like to go through one of the machines on the Vulnhub, which is Grotesque 1. The link will be put into the video below so that you can download and play the machine. This machine is not so easy from my point of view, and I will demonstrate a variety of very useful techniques such as how to extract valuable information from massive files and how to exploit WordPress. And so there will be a lot to take in this video. However, before we go ahead, if you don't mind, please subscribe to my channel and leave a like below. You're greatly appreciated. So without further ado, let's just get started. We can head over to Linux VM. First of all, we need to discover the IP address of the target. The utility I'd like to use, as always, would be net discover. So let's launch this utility. Maybe let me make the font to be bigger so you can see what's going on exactly. As you can see over here, I use the option of -i to specify the interface. So all packets would be sent from this interface. Of course, a response would be arriving at the interface, this interface as well. And also to speed up this process, I use the option of -r, to land down the network range. So now we can press enter. As you can see, we have already got 3 lines of response. And the first one is the internal DHCP, the IP address of the internal DHCP server of the VirtualBox. And this is not our target machine. And this one is assigned to the host machine. Again, this is not our target machine. And the last one, or last line, represents the target machine. So what are we going to do next? We need to conduct port and self scanning with a map. To save time of this video, I've already done that before. So now we just get out its result. Excuse me. As you can see over here, I took the options like scene scan, the version scan, the default script scan, followed by the -p- to do the full range port scan. The last option of all is ON to output the result into this file. Although the IP address of the target machine has been changed because I imported the target machine twice or differently. So from the map scanning results, we can tell that the target has 2 open port numbers. The first one is 66, which is running HTTP service or protocol, and also the version information. I think it's a bit rare version or service on the Vulnhub. But anyway, this is from the Ruby. And the second one is similar to the first one, which is running HTTP protocol as well, but this one is Apache 2. However, the title implies that maybe this site is not available, not found, but maybe this is misguided information for you. We need to take a close look at later. Okay, so what are we going to do next? We need to enter into the enumeration stage of both applications, which are running on 2 different port number. Okay, so let me clear the screen by pressing keys Control Shift and L. It's much better. And now let's open up the browser to do the manual enumeration first. And we can, sorry, I think before we go ahead, before we proceed, I'd like to note down some key discoveries. For example, the IP address of the target machine is 142, and the results of a map scanning would be, the first port number is 20, no, not 22, 66, and which is running HTTP, and the second one is 80, which is also running HTTP service. And now we enter into the enumeration stage. I've already opened up the browser, and let's put the IP address of the target into the address bar of the browser. And put its port number. This is not default port number of HTTP. Now we can press enter. If the Firefox blocks this site, and you need to modify the configuration of the Firefox to let it render properly. If you have some problem with this, please let me know in the comment box. Okay, so now we can press enter, and here, so this is the virtual machine list, and this is we can take a look at the information here. So vulnerable virtual machine list is a list of vulnerable VMS with their attributes. So put some attributes like easy and the source and the operating system like Windows, Unix. I think this one is very good resource for us. And for example, if you want to play at this machine, you can click its URL here. But of course, this would be, redirected to internet, which would be out of scope of this lab or this penetration engagement. Okay, but anyway, and also here also would be redirect to internet CTF OBIMs and the repo, and also you can download this project from here. I think this would be the zip file. Let me open link in new tab to download, and we can move from downloads directory to current working directory. Later we need to analyze this zip file, okay, or compressed file. But before we do that, we need to enumerate manually this application first. Let me complete this step first. Okay, so work in progress and contact. So let me open link in new tab, not found. So pranked, cringe, not found. So some gibberish data. Also, we can find this changing log. We can open link. This is just the update information about this site. So for example, maybe add new tags and HTTP pool removed. And here license useless from point of application. Okay, so next we need to check whether we need to see whether we need to check to see whether the robots file is available or not found. So now next, also we need to check its source code. Sometimes source code can leak something important or sensitive. And the div tag. Let's scroll down. I think here we found something which is in the comment. Let me copy. I think this is encoded in Brainfuck. Sorry about its name. We can copy And we can go to the website of, we can Google to get its link to decode. So brainfuck decode. And we can remove original data. Not here. Okay. And paste in here and execute. Oh, we got this. This would be the SSH password picture. And we can copy. Great, right? We can copy and paste over here. SSH password. Interesting. But as you know, by an app scanning, we didn't find SSH service on the target, but it's worth accessing, right? So no problem. Let's access this picture. Press enter. So hello, Masat, someone trying to hack us. We can save the image to our working directory. Here we can save, and then we can use some techniques to analyze this picture to see whether there is any hidden message, for example, like exif2. You know, exif2 can display metadata of the file. So from image, original document ID, nothing here. So because this is the PNG format or extension, maybe we can confirm this one. Yeah, this indeed PNG image data. So next we can try to use binwalk with option of E to extract. E here means extract the file or information inside this picture. Nothing here. Let's go back. So maybe this is some stuff. This is some of the rabbit hole. Okay, so it's okay. It's okay. It's fine. So now, how to the next? Oh, just now we analyze this. It's source code not finished yet. We need to scroll down to the bottom. We cannot miss important information. Default. So the packet dump inspection SMTP backup file. Backup file. A lot of line breaks. Easy. Packet stored crash. Stored cranes. I don't think we can find anything else in terms of valuable information. Let's speed up. You know, this source code is so huge, very large. All right, so nothing else. Next, we can launch the terminal. I'll launch Nicto to do the automatic enumeration. And we can press enter. In the meantime, we can access the second port number, 80, and not found. So this is not found. Interesting. And the banner or the version information and running Ruby, I don't think it's vulnerable. So the anti-click jacking, some request header information appear to be outdated. Although it's a bit outdated, I don't think we can find its exploits at this point. All right, I can also allowed HTTP methods get, head, post options. All right, next we can launch the GoBuster to do the directory enumeration. And we can use W option to specify the word list. Extension option. Press enter. To see what we can get. So license assets. Change log. We have already discovered these files. Assets, maybe not. So now we can access this assets directory. Some static files like picture, log, and style CSS file, and functions. Functions, interesting. What it's about? Functions. Just a binary may support one or more of the following functions. Just some sort of static information. I do not want to waste your time because we cannot find anything else. So now let's take a look at the second port number, Nicto. We just remove the port number. And now we can get similar results or output for the second web application, which is running on the default port number 80, allowed HTTP methods. Again, we cannot find anything useful from the Nicto, and also we can launch the GoBuster to do the directory enumeration. Let me do it very quickly. GoBuster, directory, extension option, press enter. JavaScript. I don't think we can find anything useful from JavaScript directory. Not found. Interesting. Why not found? We can copy. It's a lame. Paste in here. In case I misspell. Yeah, was not found at this server. Okay, similarly, I'd like to interrupt this GoBuster. So I think we have already completed the UU enumeration with 2 web applications which are running on both ports. But I think the only valuable information what we got possibly would be this compressed file. Yeah, this one. So now let's uncompress or decompress this zip file. Unzip, this is very easy. And now we can go inside this directory. However, there's so many files, functions, and change log. So how about config yum file? Exclude, nothing here. So how about index marked down file? Oh, sorry, not cd. Cat index. Nothing useful. So now let's take a look at this one. Oh, so many. Maybe we need to check how many files. Oh, 204 files. And I think all of them are marked down file. So I just mentioned we need to extract valuable information from massive files. Okay, and if we manually check all these files, this would be very time consuming, right? And a lot of, and we can take a look at the second file, active. You know, a lot of lines are duplicated. So maybe we need to do some processing to get the valuable information. So how to do? Let me show you this kind of a technique. I suggest you grasp this technique as well. We can use the cat and we can use the asterisk because this stands for all files under a current working directory, and then we can sort out all output, and then we want to get the unique information or filter duplicate lines. Press enter, and this time, and also now we can check how many lines, just 252 lines in total. This allow us to check this information much easier. As you can see here, for WordPress, it's on port number. So I think this is the most valuable information what we can extract from massive files or massive marked down files. We can paste over here. So now we can access this directory. Just now we cannot find anything, right, by UU enumeration, because this is very complicated or very complicated and not a UU word for this directory name. And maybe close up some tabs. And we can copy its file name, not file name, directory name, and put over here, press enter. And so this is the lyrics collector, some songs, Usta, filter, different songs. But to be honest, I'm not familiar with any of them. Even the language maybe is not English. And also, if we scroll down to the bottom, we can know that this directory is running or is hosting WordPress application. So how to do next? I think if you have already followed my channel, you'll be very familiar with my following steps. We can copy and do some particular enumeration. Let me go back. Let me launch WordPress again with URL option, paste over here, and E option means enumerate. I want to enumerate the username and plugins. Press enter. It's done. And the users has been successfully identified. We can copy and make notes of this information onto our notebook. So how to do next? We need to try to crack the password for this user. And we can use the default word list, lock-you word list. Press enter. And now it's performing password attack on the WordPress login against one user. And this user name is very complicated, we must admit, right? So I'd like to tell you we cannot successfully crack its password because the password is very complicated and very difficult to support. Sorry. Again, I'd like to interrupt this attack to save time of this video, and also following my methodology, what we can do, we can try to enumerate plugins more comprehensively. We can launch, because I cannot remember its option name. Yeah, this one we can copy. And paste over here. And the value to this option is mixed. Press enter. And now it's enumerating all plugins. It will take a bit long time, so I'd like to pause the video. All right, I'll come back. As you can see, it's done. However, no plugins are found. So I think this is where the difficulty of this machine lies. The password of this user should come from lyrics. One of the lyrics. Yeah, this one. Yeah, this one. So this is the lyrics of one specific song, and you click, and you can copy this paragraph. We can copy, and then we can use the Vim editor like some, and we need to remove. As you know, if there is anything different, including space, the MD value would be different, okay? Or the derived MD5 value would be different. So now we can, maybe also the black line should be deleted as well. Now we can write and quit. And now we can use utility MD5 to calculate its MD5 value. Of course, this is the very easy, right? We can use the built-in Linux command MD5 sum to calculate the MD5 value or MD5 hash value. But next, I'd like to demonstrate how to use Python to generate hash value. sometimes Python is so great. Okay, so now let's launch PyCharm editor. Of course, you can use any editor what you are comfortable with, but PyCharm is, I think, is most appropriate editor for Python programming. And let me create a new Python file. We can call it MD5 calculate. And the module we have to import is hashlib. And also we can import a sys module. Sys module can help us handle arguments or command line arguments specified by the user, and also can control the flow of the program. When necessary, we can exit from the program by using the statement sys, and sys module, its method exit. Okay, so how to the next? We can define the main function first, but for now I just put the pass statement. Later I will come to write its code for its function. Next we can check if the name of this program is main, and then the following code would be executed. Okay, first of all we need to if the len of sys archive less than 10 less than 2, it means that the user didn't specify the file name of the sum. Okay, print usage and followed by the file name of sum. Okay, and the first element in this list is the what I'm doing, archive index 0 means the first element in this list. Archive is a list, and the 0 index of 0 means the file name of the program name. Okay, if not, if the length of this list is less than 2, we need to exit, because we do not need to continue anymore. If not, and then we can capture the file path would be sys archive, the second element in this list. And also, if you want, we can import OS module to check this file is accessible or not. So we can if not OS path exists and file path. If not, then we can print something like the file is inaccessible, and we can exit the program again. Next, we can define the or we can call another function. We can call it MD5 file, and we need to pass one argument. The argument should be the file name, so the file path. Of course, at this point we didn't define this function yet, so now we can go back. The function should be defined first before we call this function. So MD5 file and file path. I forgot def And now we can put over here. Next, we can open this file with read-only mode. Yes. And we can initialize the object of the MD5 class. So how to do? We can hash lib and MD5, and we need to retrieve data from this file and then put into its method to calculate MD5 value. Okay, so while true, data should be f read, and we can, for example, the buffer 1024, and if not data, it means that it's coming to the end of this file, and then we can break. And now and then we can use the update method. This will calculate the provided string, but we are using Python 3. Before we encode or before we conduct hash calculation, we need to encode it. Okay, so it would be data encode. And now we can, when it's done, we can return its hexadecimal, hexadecimal, and we can return. Okay, so now we can print this hash value. Let's run it to see whether there is any error inside our block, our code. Let's save. And now we can, just now we have already calculate its MD5 value is this one. Okay, and now we can use a Python for the same purpose, Python or Python 3 MD5. And now we can, if you do not specify the file name of sum, you will get the error or the usage. So no problem, sum. And now we can press enter. Oh, sorry, I had mistake. This should be around here. This one. Let's run it again. As you can see, we get the same result. And if you go to, just now we have already got the password for the WordPress administrators panel, but just before I mentioned before, this is a very difficult point of this machine. Okay, so now we can access this WordPress. And here also you can notice the password should be uppercase. Just now, although we have already got the MD5 value, we need to convert it to the uppercase characters. This would be very easy. We just run the upper. Okay, very easy. So Python is so great, so fantastic programming language. So let's run it. As you can see, we successfully got the password. So now let's test it to see whether it's working or not. And we can copy the file, the username from notebook and log in. I think it's working very well, and remind me later. So I think now, so far we have already successfully got access to the WordPress administrators panel. So how to do next? The goal here is to upload Web Shell to the target, and there will be different approaches. But for me, the most preferable approach would be this or as follows. Please follow my steps. Go to Appearance and go to Theme Editor and understand, no problem, and find or locate 404 template, and we can remove original code of this 404 template. And next, we need to get the PHP reverser file. Okay, I've already got it ready. You can get it from many sources like a Pentest Monkey website. After you download the such file, you need to change some variables like IP address of the attacking machine. This case would be IP address of my Kali Linux, and the port number. If you want, you can change this as well. For me, I always use this one, 555. So now, let me cut out again and copy the entire code of this file. Let me copy. Copy. Selection and paste in here. Update. Click update file. So we got a successful or success message. Great. So now we need to access this file. So how to get its location? We can go to source, and you can copy any of link which includes content, WordPress content. We can copy and paste over here. We need to do some modification. For example, we need to remove this part, and here can be 404. And now we can copy. And before we access by the browser, we need to set up the listener on the Kali Linux. Let me make the font to be bigger. Okay, so now maybe we can put over here, enter. As you can see, we successfully got a collection from the target. So fantastic, right? Beautiful. So what can we do next? We need to spawn a more interactive shell by Python. So Python 2 is there, and we can import pty module spawn method. Okay, I think it's much better. Also, we can define the environment variable by, export command term. So then we can clear the screen when necessary to get bigger space on the screen. For example, now we can clear. So what are we going to do next? We need to do local enumeration on the target, or we need to gather information about the target machine to look for vectors which can help us to make a lateral movement. Okay, and we can go to the home directory, and maybe I'd like to clear the screen again. So there is one user, normal user. The www data is not normal user, right? This is used by the service, and we can go inside this home directory of this user. And at this moment, we do not have permission to access or grab the user flag. Also, we do not have permission to access this one. I think we have already encountered such a file, kdbx, keep safe. Keep pass safe, can store passwords safely in central location. Okay, so I think we need to continue our enumeration or information gathering. For example, like OPT, nothing here. And also we can check its kernel. Maybe we can try to exploit the kernel, but I'm not going to do in this video. And we can go to the var, go to the backups directory, nothing here. And now we can go back, go to www directory, go to HTML directory. Go to this directory for WordPress, as we know, right? Now, okay, I think because the target is running WordPress application, it's most certain that we should enumerate or we should look at the configuration file, because this file contains database collection credential. We can cut out config PGP, and then we can get its credentials for database collection. As you can see, username, and this username for the database is exactly the same as the system username, right? So this is a very big discovery now, and we can copy its password. Very complicated password we have to admit. So I think next we can try to, because the passwords in some cases or by misconfiguration are reused. Okay, so now we can try to make lateral movement. We can use the switch user command to make, switch user to this one. And now we can copy its password to try or to test. It's fine. It's working great. So now we can get the user flag without a problem. Next, I think we need to check, because this one stored the passwords, many passwords in a central database or in central location. So I think it's very clear what we are going to do next. We need to transfer this file to the canonics for analysis. Okay, so how to transfer? We can take different approaches, like setting up web server on the target and then download this one. Or maybe we can, for example, we can use netcat. This is I'm going to do now. So how to do? We can set up another listener on the canonics. And when this listener receive or accepts collection, receive data, and we use the redirect operator to save such data into this file. You can use any file name, but I remove the dot in front of this name, so we do not need to use the LH to display this hidden file. Okay, press enter, and now let's go back. So now we can cat, and we can get its content, and then we can tunnel, vertical bar means the pipe operator. So the output of the previous command would be the input for the next command. So netcat 666, press enter. As you can see, we have already received the data. This is the size of such data. So now we need to, open up this file, because this one has passwords stored. But before we do that, we need to, crack its own password. So how to do? First of all, we need to convert this to John format hash value. So how to do? We can use its built-in utility, which is key pass to John. Okay, so now we can cut out this hash value, and then we can use John the Ripper to crack it, because I've already made such cracking before. So John the Ripper will not be stupid to do such cracking again. To display the cracked password, we can use the option of show and then we can get its password. Next, we can upload some online service to get the data. Okay, so we can Bing and the key, keep pass, save online, and we need to find one website, and this site can which site? Which one? Save and app, not this one. It seems that I cannot find it. Decrypt. Where? Or maybe I can app. Oh, this one. I can get it from the history. And we can upload the file. We can upload this file. Okay. And the password. Password we can copy from terminal and paste in here. And there are 4 passwords, and you can display or review the password. For example, we can use or here review, and you can copy. We can use the copy, and this is the first one. So similarly, we can copy secret surface. So the third one. Copy. And the last one. Copy. So next, lock you. So now next we can try to use this password to make privilege escalation. Okay. For example, we can switch user to root, and we can try to use this password, a very complicated password. Let's test it. Now, it's not working. Authentication failure. So how about the second one? Secret surface. We can paste from clipboard. Again, we got authentication failure, sorry. And we can copy the third one, even more complicated. Very interesting. Oh, it does work. So now we can navigate to root directory to grab the root flag without any problem. Okay. So I think in this video, I have already demonstrated a variety of useful techniques, such as how to analyze the picture to find hidden message, and how to decode brainfuck data, and how to use different approaches to calculate MD5 hash value. But the most important of all would be using Python. Okay, and also I show you how to exploit WordPress and also how to make a privilege escalation. So I think that's pretty much it. I'd like to see you in the next one. Bye. Have a nice day, please.